In the vast field of natural life, many individuals have yet to learn amazing facts about dinosaurs. Starring in innumerable films, books, and television series, these ancient entities have gripped our shared imagination for decades. But beyond their representations as massive, terrifying predators with reptile looks, how much do we actually know about them? Were all dinosaurs enormous carnivores, or did they have other fascinating unknown traits? Stay tuned, because we are about to find out the legends about living dinosaurs that you should know. Number 1. They had feathers. Far more sophisticated and intriguing than first thought, dinosaurs were the amazing animals that prowled our world millions of years ago. Over the past few years, paleontology has produced shocking discoveries. Many dinosaurs had feathers. This revelation has challenged our conventional wisdom on these prehistoric reptiles and changed our knowledge of their ecology and behavior. Although we usually think of current birds as having feathers as their direct descendants, it is unsurprising that many dinosaurs were feathered. Imagine the terrible velociraptor, usually portrayed in films like Jurassic Park, as a scaly predator sporting a coat of feathers. This metamorphosis renders its image from a terrible reptile more like a huge, flightless bird. Actually, these feathers might have been used for everything from mating displays to temperature control. The discovery of feathered dinosaurs started with Siberian fossils. These fossils provide strong proof that dinosaurs' feathers were rather common. According to experts today, most dinosaurs possessed some sort of feathering. The size and habitat of the dinosaur most certainly affected the degree of feather covering. Larger dinosaurs might have had fewer feathers because of their distinct thermoregulating demands, given their greater body bulk. One popular belief holds that feathers were first developed for thermal insulation. Dinosaurs might have used their plumage to keep a consistent body temperature, particularly in cooler climates, much as contemporary birds fluff their feathers to retain heat. This adaptation would have been vital for survival, since it would stop heat loss and allow these species to flourish in various habitats. Feathers also might have been essential for mating displays. Modern study supports the theory that dinosaurs were dynamic and colorful creatures rather than merely drab, scaly animals. These vibrant feathers could have been employed to draw mates like peacocks using their complex plumage. Imagine a velociraptor as a creature of breathtaking beauty that uses its feathers to attract possible mates rather than merely as a competent hunter. These revelations of dinosaurs' feathery character provide a remarkable window into the prehistoric world, exposing a complex ecology in which existence depended not just on physical ability, but also on sophisticated behaviors and adaptations. Discovering feathered dinosaurs has opened a new chapter in our knowledge of these prehistoric animals, which increases their illusion and appeal. Number 2. Fleas the size of cockroaches. Although the idea of fleas could make your skin crawl, the prehistoric fleas that plagued dinosaurs were really horrifying. Unlike the little bugs we come across now, these old parasites, called pseudoplex, were monsters in scale. Imagine fleas the size of contemporary cockroaches, and you start to understand the scope of these ancient bloodsuckers. Male measurements ranged between 0.31 and 0.57 inches, and female pseudoplex varied in length from 0.55 to 0.81 inches. From this standpoint, these fleas were big enough to grab by hand. Their enormity alone makes them among the most terrifying features of primordial life. Found in China, these enormous fleas coexisted with dinosaurs, according to relics ranging from 165 to 125 million years ago. Adapted to feed on their large hosts, these ancient insects were wingless, but possessed notably larger legs and a single long, blood-sucking tube, much like contemporary fleas. These fleas, which were plentiful among the dinosaur population, were thought by scientists to be aimed at feathered or hairy animals. This link between parasites and their hosts gives our knowledge of the daily existence of these ancient organisms another degree of reality. Think about the environment of that age: massive dinosaurs like the feathered velociraptor or the large herbivore, Hadrosaurus, continually rubbing and shaking off these big parasites. Such big fleas draw attention to the evolutionary arms struggle between parasites and their hosts, a dynamic that has molded life on Earth for millions of years. This continuous struggle for survival shows the natural world's complexity, whereby every side develops fresh tactics to outcompete the other. It's essential to clear a common myth. Many people think crocodiles are dinosaurs before we get to the next amazing fact. What then do you suppose? Indeed, are they dinosaurs, A, not B, or did they not even coexist with dinosaurs, C? Stay tuned to learn more. Number 3. Most of them were herbivores. The truth is different, even with the exciting depictions in movies like Jurassic Park, where dinosaurs are considered ruthless predators. Most dinosaurs were indeed herbivores. This fact presents a more realistic picture of prehistoric life, rather than supporting the conventional belief of a Jurassic planet ruled by predatory giants. Walking on 4 legs, including the gigantic Diplodocus or the Triceratops, dinosaurs were only herbivores. Wandering the ancient landscapes, these plant-eating giants ate a range of flora. Their existence emphasizes the variety and complexity of dinosaur diets and exposes a world in which herbivorous giants flourished in rich, lush surroundings. Not even among the 2-legged theropods did a sizable portion favor a plant-based diet. Most of the 90 theropod species examined by researchers were herbivorous or omnivorous. This dietary inclination might have been an evolutionary adaptation, enabling them to use a range of habitats when the continents migrated apart and their surroundings altered. Herbivorous dinosaurs sometimes possessed specialized teeth and digestive processes to break down hardy plant material. For instance, the hadrosaur, sometimes known as the duck-billed dinosaur, possessed hundreds of teeth for grinding leaves and plants. These adaptations draw attention to the evolutionary inventions that let herbivorous dinosaurs flourish in their particular habitats. Fascinatingly, certain theropods that shifted to herbivory lost their teeth completely as their necks lengthened, enabling more effective access to plants and trees. Driven by environmental forces and the search for survival, this evolutionary change captures life's dynamic and always shifting character on Earth. These dietary and morphological changes provide a fantastic window into the adaptability and resiliency of these ancient species. The predominance of herbivorous dinosaurs in different environments exposes a convoluted network of interactions whereby giant plants coexisted with their carnivorous counterparts. This complex mix of predator and prey, herbivore and carnivore, transformed the prehistoric environment in ways that still fascinate and inspire both scientists and amateurs. Number 4. How did they mate? It is a mystery to scientists how dinosaurs were able to reproduce. Researchers have pondered the logistics of the reproductive behavior of dinosaurs due to the vast size of several animals that belong to the dinosaur family. In the process of mating, how could a female dinosaur hold the weight of a male? Many other speculations and theories have been developed as a result of this topic, and each one provides an insight into the lives of these ancient giants. It has been suggested by a notion that is largely recognized that mating among dinosaurs was comparable to that of many modern reptiles and birds, which are their closest living relatives. In accordance with this notion, the male dinosaur would mount the female dinosaur by positioning his front legs on her shoulders and one of his rear legs on her back so that he could mount her. Following that, he would manipulate his tail in order to reach the genitalia of the female. This strategy would have taken a significant amount of balance and coordination, particularly for creatures that were considered to be larger. The cloaca is a multi-purpose aperture that is used for excretion and reproduction, and many paleontologists believe that dinosaurs had one. Cloacas are similar to the openings that modern birds and reptiles have. The cloaca would have made it easier for sperm to be transferred from the male to the female, which would have made it possible for the female to reproduce successfully. To deduce the reproductive tactics of dinosaurs, however, researchers rely on analogies with other species that already exist. This is due to the fact that no dinosaurs have been discovered petrified in a position where they were mating. Within the realm of dinosaur biology, the reproductive behavior of dinosaurs continues to be one of the most mysterious elements. Despite the fact that we have made tremendous progress in comprehending their physiology and behavior, there is still an opportunity for more investigation and discovery, because there is a lack of direct evidence. Despite the fact that the research of reproductive methods in modern birds and reptiles provides useful insights, the study of dinosaurs presents additional problems due to their unique size and structure. In the event that you have any ideas or hypotheses concerning this topic, please do not hesitate to share them in the comments section. A combination of scientific investigation and the innate human curiosity about the mysteries of the past is driving the ongoing search to understand dinosaur reproduction. This pursuit is being pushed by both of these factors. Number 5. Were they warm-blooded? For many years, the conventional wisdom was that dinosaurs, being reptiles, were cold-blooded. Their reptile background and the traits of contemporary reptiles informed this presumption. Recent studies, however, challenge this presumption by implying that dinosaurs might have been warm-blooded, that is, with certain warm-blooded characteristics. Discussions on dinosaur metabolism have been raging for decades. According to conventional wisdom, dinosaurs were endothermic, that is, dependent on outside heat sources, just as contemporary reptiles. However, data from dinosaur bone research has cast doubt on this perspective. Usually found in the bones of warm-blooded creatures, dinosaur bones revealed characteristics called Harris lines, which point to times of fast growth. Furthermore, the existence of feathers in certain dinosaur species points to an adaptation for temperature control, therefore bolstering the theory of some endothermy. Like in contemporary birds, feathers would have helped dinosaurs preserve a steady internal temperature by their insulating qualities. In different climates, this adaptation would have been especially helpful since it would let dinosaurs flourish in several surroundings. The knowledge that modern mammals also have Harris lines throws extra complexity into the picture, since it implies that the metabolic traits of dinosaurs might have been more complicated than before. This continuous study emphasizes the dynamic character of scientific investigation, in which fresh data might change our knowledge of past existence. Although it is still debatable whether dinosaurs were warm-blooded or cold-blooded, every new find helps us better grasp these amazing creatures. The exploration of dinosaur metabolism offers a glimpse into the complex and diverse adaptations that allowed them to dominate the planet for millions of years. Number 6. Dinosaurs lived with mammals. New evidence disproves the long-held notion that mammals appeared after dinosaurs had died out. In fact, they lived side by side for a considerable amount of time. For more than 150 million years, humans and gigantic reptiles called the Earth home. While the dinosaurs ruled the landscape, mammals found success in more constrained habitats. Throughout the Mesozoic period, when prehistoric dinosaurs roamed the Earth, early mammals lived rather quietly. These little mammals filled specific niches in riverbanks, woodlands, and burrows, and they were mostly active at night. They were able to escape dinosaurs and use their size and habits to their advantage by utilizing diverse resources. Recent fossil finds have revealed the diversity of early mammals. Some could easily traverse the treetops on foot, while others hid underground to evade danger. Some animals, like flying squirrels today, possess the ability to glide. That early mammals were so adaptable and lived in such a wide variety of ways predates the extinction of the dinosaurs by at least a generation. The emergence of characteristics that would come to characterize the mammalian family is an intriguing part of the history of early mammals. One important characteristic for the survival of newborn animals today is the ability to produce milk, and there is evidence that some of the earliest mammals exhibited this capacity. Furthermore, these prehistoric animals have exceptionally refined senses of smell and hearing, which help them detect food sources and evade predators. Mammals were able to diversify and take on new ecological functions after the dinosaurs went extinct approximately 66 million years ago, perhaps as a result of a mix of volcanic eruptions, temperature change, and the impact of a huge asteroid. After the extinction of the prehistoric dinosaurs, mammals started to diversify and adapt, eventually giving birth to the wide variety of animals and humans that exist today. Number 7. They didn't just live in the jungle. Popular media sometimes portrays dinosaurs as residents of rich, tropical jungles. Although certain dinosaurs most definitely existed in such conditions, the truth is that these animals flourished in a broad spectrum of habitats, from frigid areas to parched deserts. This ecological variety emphasizes dinosaurs' adaptation and resilience, which allowed them to live almost everywhere on the old planet. Dinosaurs inhabited deserts, woods, and even the frigid, gloomy areas close to the poles. For example, some of what is now Australia was snow-covered and near to Antarctica during the Jurassic period. Some dinosaurs were able to adapt and survive in these extreme surroundings despite their hostile conditions. Using their plumage to retain heat and stay warm during the long, dark winters, these Arctic dinosaurs, as they are known, were most likely feathered. Dinosaurs, including the velociraptor and the oviraptor, wandered the dry terrain in search of food and water in desert areas. These feathered dinosaurs demonstrated their capacity to flourish in habitats with limited resources, so they were well adapted to the difficult circumstances. Their survival tactics in such hostile environments draw attention to the evolutionary creativity that let dinosaurs survive in several environments. The presence of dinosaurs in several habitats also implies that they possess a broad spectrum of behaviors and adaptations to meet various difficulties. From social interactions and herd dynamics to nesting and feeding techniques, dinosaurs displayed a degree of sophistication that underscores their success as a major group of animals over millions of years. Number 8. Not all dinosaurs were dinosaurs. Many people mistakenly believe that every big prehistoric reptile was a dinosaur. Actually, many of the animals we consider to be dinosaurs were various kinds of reptiles. Accurate appreciation of the variety of life existing during the Mesozoic era depends on an awareness of these differences. Though not a dinosaur at all, the Mosasaurus is among the most famous dinosaurs from popular culture. Prominent in films like Jurassic World, this enormous sea lizard was actually part of a species of aquatic reptiles called mosasaurs. Though not dinosaurs, these animals were fierce hunters of the prehistoric oceans. Likewise, pterosaurs, the flying reptiles often seen alongside dinosaurs, were not dinosaurs either. Although they shared some traits and lived in the same era, pterosaurs belonged to a different group of reptiles. Among the most amazing animals of the prehistoric heavens, their capacity to soar with wingspans spanning up to 40 feet was astounding. Moreover, ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs, who dominated the ancient oceans, were different from dinosaurs. With streamlined bodies and flippers, which helped them to become effective swimmers and hunters, these marine reptiles had special adaptations for life in the water. Dinosaurs differed from other big reptiles mostly in their straight stance. Their legs were exactly beneath their torsos, allowing effective movement and support of their large frames. One of the main characteristics that set them apart from other reptiles displaying a spreading posture, such as contemporary lizards, was their straight stance. Number 9. Spinosaurus, the aquatic dinosaur. Finding Spinosaurus has transformed our knowledge of dinosaur variety and adaptation. One of the most unusual dinosaurs ever found, Spinosaurus was well adapted for life both on land and in water, unlike most of its terrestrial cousins. Measuring up to 50 feet in length, Spinosaurus was an enormous predator among the few carnivorous dinosaurs. Its sail-like back structure, held up by lengthy spines, set it apart most. This sail may have been employed for thermoregulation, show, or perhaps swimming aid. New studies have exposed Spinosaurus's several adaptations for an aquatic life. In particular, its tail was a wonderful example of evolutionary creativity. Like contemporary crocodiles, the extended and flattened bones of its tail suggested that it would have used them to propel itself through water. In aquatic settings, this tail arrangement would have let Spinosaurus chase fish and other prey with dexterity. The theory that Spinosaurus was a competent swimmer is strengthened by the discovery of fossils bearing isotopic data suggesting a diet heavy in aquatic prey. These results blur the boundaries between terrestrial and aquatic environments since they show a dinosaur that could hunt on land and in water. Number 10. Their days were already numbered. Although the asteroid's impact approximately 66 million years ago is usually blamed for dinosaur extinction, evidence points to major difficulties for dinosaurs long before this disastrous occurrence. Dinosaurs had started to fade some 50 million years before the asteroid struck. Extensive statistical studies on dinosaur remains have shown that three main groups, Ornithischia, Sauropodomorpha, and Theropoda, reached their apex in terms of variety about 90 million years ago. Following this moment, the pace of extinction started to surpass the rate of newly arising species. There could have been several elements influencing this slowdown. It would have been more difficult for dinosaurs to live if there had been notable volcanic activity during this era, since it might have changed the temperature and surroundings. Further pressuring dinosaur numbers, the breakup of supercontinents and changes in sea levels may have upset habitats and ecosystems. Though the asteroid impact delivered a last, terrible blow, it was not the only cause of dinosaur extinction. Environmental changes, volcanic activity, and other ecological stresses had already set the scene for their fall. This multifarious extinction scenario emphasizes the complexity of Earth's past and the interactions among elements, promoting evolutionary transformation. Now that we have finished this amazing truth on dinosaurs you probably never knew, let's explore some amazing tales about these incredible species. Number 1. The Arica Monster. Chile's 105,000 square kilometer Atacama Desert is one of the world's driest. It attracts astronomers and athletes due to its minimal humidity and light pollution. A journey to Africa over the Atacama Desert was the setting for this 2004 story. A family returning from vacation drove over this bleak terrain. They witnessed two incredible 2-meter-tall animals rapidly jumping in the air and expanding their wings as night fell from their windshield. The animals shot over the automobile instantly. As they removed their wings, these critters faced backwards like canids, stated the driver. The family could only parallel gargoyles. Other local stories describe similar animals with kangaroo tails, which many believe are maniraptors, surviving dinosaurs from extinction. Highly feathered dinosaurs like Deinonychus and Velociraptor belong to this group. Despite amazing descriptions, no dinosaurs fit the Chilean description as of the day this film was edited. Tracking these narratives may reveal modern animals rather than extinct ones. Remember that birds are dinosaurs. Therefore, this tale may have sprung from an unnamed ostrich. Seeing an ostrich sprint may mimic a velociraptor with limited night vision. The creature's canid-like phase is detailed and impressive. That plot point raises difficult questions. Send me your thoughts on this story. Is it an unnamed bird or a creature waiting to be discovered? The choice is yours. Number 2. The Basilisk. A mythical creature with a rooster body and head, a long tail, and snake-like scales is the basilisk. This enigmatic figure has been a legend since the 16th century. According to legend, a large winged creature killed 2 children in their cellar in Warsaw, Poland. As the nanny entered the basement, she saw something horrible. The basilisk loomed as she turned around and saw lifeless bodies. Unfortunately, the beast targeted her too. After seeing the nanny's misfortune, the mother called the police. The youngsters were thought to have died from a snake when they arrived. However, the nanny's quick death suggested a basilisk, whose exhalation was said to release a fatal toxin. According to legend, only facing the basilisk's reflection can defeat it. Thus, the King of Warsaw ordered the creation of a mirror-adorned iron armor. He bravely enlisted Johann Faurer, a known thief, to eliminate the creature's dread. Faurer entered the cellar and emerged with the creature's still neck after a brief silence. Finally, the horror ended. Let's examine this myth's origins. Chickens laid eggs with small snakes in the 16th century. Due to its claimed capacity to control snakes and roosters, many naturalists believed in the basilisk. However, its ability to instantly release a deadly breath put doubt on its existence. It's amazing how much a fictional creature resembles modern raptorid oviraptors. Asian dinosaurs are closely related to birds. They looked like roosters, but had kangaroo tails. Number 3. Lost World. Doyle's close friend, Lieutenant Colonel Percy Fawcett, an English archaeologist and explorer, undertook 7 journeys to this location in the 1900s. He met the Huayca tribe, who feared incomprehensible things at the time. Percy Fawcett said one of those monsters was the stoa, a 7-meter-long bipedal reptile with 2 horns above its eyes. The creature's short arms and flat head are more intriguing than its 2 horns. It was quick and had non-overlapping scales. The Huayca tribe leader told Fawcett about an unusual encounter between his hunters and the stoa. The stoa hunted from Mount Curupila and met the group, where they defined their objective. The stoa was huge, and the hunters' arrows couldn't penetrate its tough skin. They fled when the stoa killed numerous hunters in wrath. Percy Fawcett disappeared in 1925 while searching for an Amazon city. Today, his whereabouts are unknown. Carnotaurus was discovered 60 years later in 1984 by paleontologist José Fernando Bonaparte in the La Colonia Formation in Chubut, Patagonia, Argentina. About 72 million years ago, this abelisaurid theropod dinosaur thrived. When examining the stoa, it is remarkable how accurately the Huayca depicted a probable Carnotaurus: short arms, a flat head, and 2 horns over the eyes. The Carnotaurus was thought to travel up to 50 kilometers per hour, while the stoa was quick. The dinosaur cosmovision of the time was mostly reptiles, therefore they did not draw inspiration from them. Outro. We trust that you have found great pleasure in discovering these extraordinary beings that once inhabited our world. Stay curious, continue to explore, and until we meet again, ponder the mysteries that lie beneath our feet.